Good day, yogis, and welcome back onto the mat with me for today's 30-minute Hatha flow sequence, which is going to be focused on realigning the posture, opening up the hips, especially if you've spent a long time during the day seated or sitting at a desk, then this is the practice for you. So for this practice, you're just going to need to grab hold of your yoga mat. And if you've got a blanket that we can use folded up, then grab hold of that too. So we can use that throughout the practice when we come into our forward folds, which will help prop up the hips a little bit and help us to ease through those postures. So join me and let's begin. Bring your hands into prayer pose, connecting right and left hemisphere, right and left palms. And then begin to rub the palms together, generating some warmth between the hands, and then resting the hands into heart center, taking a couple of deep breaths here. Just allow yourself now to connect inwards, to connect to the breath, deeply inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Allow the shoulders to drift away from the ears as you lengthen up from the base of your spine. Taking a few deep centering breaths. Deeply inhale through your nose. And then once more deeply exhale. Let's take two more big breaths like this. Deep inhale through the nose. And then a deep exhale. Final deep inhale through the nose. Final exhale. Drop your hands down to your knees. Allow yourself a few moments just centering and arriving into your space. Noticing any sensations in your body, noticing any thoughts that you've carried with you, and just allowing yourself to fully arrive, to be fully present. Last big inhale, and then as you exhale, gently turn your palms onto your knees, gently fold the body forward, bow the forehead down towards the ground, and just take a moment, breathing here. And then inhale, raise yourself back up, and we're going to come flat down on the mat now, lying down on the mat. Taking a few more deep breaths here. So coming into almost a Shavasana or corpse pose, allowing your feet to rest at the sides of your mat and your back soft, your body soft. Bring your right hand onto your heart center and your left hand into your belly, and just allow yourself a few deep breaths here. Just breathing into the belly as you expand on your inhale and exhale. Sigh out the breath. Inhale through to belly. And then exhale, sigh out the breath. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And sweep your arms up overhead. Take a deep stretch. As you exhale, hug both of the knees into the chest. Just gently decompressing through the lower back. Keep the right knee hugged in. Send the left leg, foot, up towards the ceiling and then cycle it down towards the ground. Keep this right knee hugged in. Draw it out and deeply in towards the armpit for a moment. Keep a deep breath here, feeling into the hip. And then as you exhale, we gently draw the leg over to the side. Right hand comes out beside you, palm down on the ground. Gaze over to the extended right hand and just breathe here. Beautiful stretch along the side of the leg into the glute area and a lovely gentle twist through the spine. Another couple of breaths here. And then exhale, roll onto the back body. Hug that knee into the chest once more. And then draw both of the knees back into the chest, gently rock from side to side. We're going into the left side now, so hand on the left knee, send the right foot up to cycle all the way down towards the ground, and then drawing that left knee out and into the armpit and taking a few deep breaths here. And then we're drawing this left knee over towards the right side. Left hand comes out beside you, palm facing down, gaze over to the extended hand, and allow yourself some deep breaths here. Last big inhale. And as you exhale, gently roll back onto the back body. Hug the knees into the chest. Draw both knees back into the chest. Take a gentle rock from side to side once more. Draw your hands into the back of the thighs and let's take a gentle rock and roll. Take a few rocks here if it feels okay for you on your back body. Just feeling into the spine, a couple more. And then we're going to come up and over and all the way into downward facing dog. So raising yourself up. Take your downward facing dog wide. Take your legs wide. Take your stance pretty short here. Just feel into. You can have a bend through the knees here. So really feeling into the back body. Taking a few deep breaths here. Nodding the head yes and no. Rolling the shoulders down the spine. And then from here you can take your right hand onto the left ankle and gaze underneath, just taking a few deep breaths. And then swapping the hand back and going to the left side. So left hand onto right ankle, gazing underneath the right armpit, just feeling into the body here, a couple of breaths. And then replacing the hand. More deep breaths as you press down into the heels, feeling into the posture, bending into the knees, couple of deep breaths. And you can gently step yourself back into a downward facing dog, rolling forward into plank pose. So heels are extended backward. Feel into the posture here. And then gently dropping the knees down towards the ground. Dropping the chin and chest in towards the mat. Flattening the body down onto the mat. Dropping the forehead and reaching the arms down beside the sides. Couple deep breaths here. We're getting ready to go into a version of Locust. The tops of the feet are flat down on the ground. Hands, palms facing up beside you. On your next inhale, raise the palms up and raise the head up, gazing forward, taking a few deep breaths here. And then facing the palms down as though you're pushing into the ground, and take another 4 breaths. Feeling as though the arms are activated. And then gently lower down the forehead, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes, and gently press yourself up and backwards into table, and then coming into a wide-legged child's pose. So not too wide, let's keep it a bit average here. Knees not all the way out to the edge of the mat, gently drop the buttocks down towards the heels, drop the forehead, and just rest the arms around the body here. Just soften. Soften the forehead down into the ground. Breathe deeply here. Take a few deep sigh breaths, sighing out each breath, allowing yourself to melt a little further into the ground. Really allowing your body this time and space to soften right down into the ground. Two more breaths. And then gently bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, press the ground away from you. Slide your hands right to the top of your mat. Bring the knees back hip width distance apart. We're coming into puppy pose, so dropping the forehead down towards the mat. Knees are stacked underneath hips here. Allow your arms to soften. Allow your forehead and nose to kiss down onto the ground, taking this lovely extension through back body. Allow yourself to breathe here. Opening up through the shoulders, opening up through the back body. Step the elbows a little closer in towards the head. You can join the palms to touch and draw the hands up behind the head in a reverse prayer. So just stretching a little bit through the triceps here. You can draw the fingers in towards the nape of the neck if you need a little bit more sensation, but just all the while breathing deeply. As you exhale, gently lower the hands down towards the ground. Slowly raise yourself back up into a tabletop. Tuck your toes and gently come back up into the downward facing dog. So once more, adjusting into the downward facing dog, feeling into the posture. Maybe bending generously through the knees, maybe paddling your heels one at a time. All the while taking some deep breaths. Inhale to roll forward into plank pose once more, pressing the ground away from you, rolling away from the earth, and then dropping the knees, chin and chest, flattening the body once more to allow yourself to come into a second version of Locust. So in this version, we're going to send the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, draw the arms up, and on the inhale, we gaze forward and breathe here. Lifting the chest, chin in line with the ground, deep breaths, opening up through the chest, opening up into the shoulders. And as you exhale, gently lower down, bring your forehead back down, hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, and gently roll back into another wide-legged child's pose. So toes touching once more, buttocks to heels, draw the forehead down towards the ground and just rest the arms. So taking a couple of big breaths here now. Last deep inhale. And then as you exhale, gently slide the palms forward, press the palms into the mat, tuck the toes and raise yourself up into downward facing dog once more. Few deep breaths here. Step the feet towards one another, and as you inhale, raise up the right leg. So three-legged dog stretch, and then draw that right foot up and over, opening up into the hip. Breathing here, big stretch along the inside of the body, raising the leg up once more, and as you exhale, stepping the right foot through and in between the hands and dropping the left knee down onto the ground. Slowly raising yourself up, bringing the hands onto the knee and flattening the back toe and just allowing yourself to feel into this lunge. So breathing deeply here. Chest is open, body is secure, body is in one space. A few more deep breaths here. And then inhale, sweeping the arms up, drawing them all the way up to the ceiling and then rolling them up and out and over. Big giant circle. Let's take one more of these. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, up and over, opening the shoulders here, drawing the hands down, back down onto the feet. Tuck the back toe, raise up off the back knee, and gently step yourself back into a downward facing dog once more. Breathing deeply here. And then stepping the feet back towards one another. Inhale to raise up the left leg, three-legged dog. As you exhale, open. Drop that left foot over to the right side. Open up the hip. Breathe here. And then raising the leg up once more. And as you exhale, stepping the foot through and between the hands, dropping the back knee, dropping the back foot. Slowly rising up, bringing your hands over your knee and breathing here. So opening up the chest, feeling into the stretch. Whatever is presented for you here. Breathing deeply, feeling into your body. Inhale to sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, open the shoulders wide, opening up the chest. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, open up wide, open up the chest, sweeping the arms forward. Dropping the hands down towards the mat, tucking the back toe, raising up off the back knee, and stepping back into a downward facing dog. Couple breaths here. Just keep breathing here. And then stepping the right foot. So raising up the right leg, stepping the right leg, right foot wide. So out to the edge of your mat, drop the back knee. So we can take the hands slightly off here towards the side, dropping into this wide-legged, totally forgotten what this pose is called. It will come to me in a moment. So just allowing lizard pose, allowing your body to settle down into lizard pose, breathing here for a few moments. Just feeling into the stretch, opening up into this right outer hip. Deep breaths here. Just allow yourself to feel into whatever is presented for you here. And then gently step the foot back in towards the center of the hands, tuck the back toe, raise up off the back leg, step yourself back into a downward facing dog. Couple of breaths. Inhale to raise up left leg. As you exhale, step the left leg to the outer edge of your mat. Drop the knee. And once more, you can take one hand off the mat. So we're in lizard pose, dropping into the stretch, feeling or pressing the floor away from the body as you allow the hips to sink and fold deeper. Couple of deep breaths here. And then gently step the foot back to the center of your mat. Tuck the back toe, raise up off the back knee, and step your foot back
Into a last downward facing dog. Few breaths here. And then gently drop the knees. Come back into a wide-legged child. Drop the forehead. Wrap the arms, or just have them resting in front of you. Create a diamond shape with the fingers. Soften the body here. Last couple of breaths. Gently press the palms into the mat. Raise yourself up and come into seated. So for this next posture, you can grab hold of your rolled up blanket. This just really helps to raise the hips up a little bit, to elevate and to help bring some neutrality into the spine. So just any blanket rolled up or folded in half and prop that underneath the hips, so it's just giving you a little bit of height. We're coming into Baddha Konasana, but we're taking the legs wide here in a diamond shape at first. So beginning just to find our sit bones, so rolling forward on that rolled up blanket, and then draw the hands behind the body, interlace them and open up the shoulders. So just take a few moments here. This is a really great way, so drop the hands down towards the ground, gaze forward. This is a really great way to open up the shoulders if you've been sitting very hunched over a desk all day. So a couple more breaths here. If this is enough for you, you can just stay here. And then if not, you want more, we are gently going to come into our forward fold. So folding forward, bringing hands over, interlacing over the feet and gently drawing the chin down towards the ground. So feeling this lovely stretch through the back body, breathing very deeply here. Opening the body, softening and letting go. Feeling whatever the body presents for you here. Last couple of big breaths. And then as you exhale, gently press the floor away from you. Allow yourself to come back up into seated. This time drawing the feet a little bit closer into the groin. So lengthening a little bit more and opening up and dropping the knees down. Once more, bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, open up the shoulders. At the same time, see if you can draw the knees down. Breathe here for a few moments. And then exhale, we're gently going to fold forward. So allowing the chest to come down towards the ground. So not arching through the back, but rather dropping knees and drawing chest down to the ground at the same time with some deep breaths here. Feeling into the stretch. Breathing into whatever is presented for you here. Lovely, and then gently press the ground away from you, lengthening up, drawing the knees back in towards one another. Let's go into Janu Shavasana, which is a one-legged seated forward fold, but we're going to take our legs a little bit out towards the side. So right leg extends out, left foot comes into that inner right thigh, and we lengthen up and draw up through the spine first. And then we're going to shift the weight, so it's now leaning or angled over the extended leg. And then from there, we're going to take a deep inhale to stretch up. And as you exhale, allow yourself to drop down towards the ground. Take your right hand out towards the right side and just shift your body over a little bit further towards your extended leg. And then just breathe here. Some beautiful deep breaths. And then gently press the ground away from you. Allow yourself to come back up into seated, slowly swapping the legs over. So left leg extends, right foot into the inner thigh. So not too wide. Twisting your body over to face the extended leg, lengthening through the rib cage. Inhale to draw the arms up. Exhale to fold forward. And then once you're there, just taking left hand out and just gently shifting the body over a little bit more. So we're really extended over the extended leg. A few more breaths here. Last big inhale. And as you exhale, gently press floor away from you. Come back up. We're going over to the other side once more, but we're going to take a lateral stretch now. So sending the right foot back out. Lift sole of the foot back into that right inner thigh. We're going to extend up and bring the right arm to place over the shin. And then sweeping the left arm up and over, taking this lovely side angle stretch. Breathing here, beautiful stretch into the side body. Opening up the heart towards the sky. A few more breaths. And then gently sweep your hands all the way up and draw them down into the heart center. Coming into the other side, so extending left foot out, right foot into the inner thigh. Lengthening up once more, and we're taking the left arm onto the left shin. Inhale to open up the pose, and exhale to reach over. Deep breaths here. Feeling into the side body, whatever is presented for you here. Last big inhale. And as you exhale, gently sweep your hands back up. Exhale, drop your hands back down into heart center. Let's take a wide-legged seated forward fold now. So legs as wide as they'll go. Once more, I'm still sitting on my rolled up blankets. I'm rolling onto my sit bones, so I'm making sure that my pelvis is tilted forward and not dropping back. So once we are there, we're going to inhale to draw the arms up. And as you exhale, begin to fold forward, dropping the hands forward, extending yourself down and breathing here. Really a process of allowing the body to melt down. So just breathe here. Long and slow, deep breaths. Last couple of deep breaths. And then when you're ready, gently press the floor away from you. Walk the hands back in towards the body. Slowly draw the knees back. And we're going to come onto the back body now. So rolling down onto back body, taking a deep, let's take a twist first. So extend legs forward. We're going to take the right leg over the left, hugging the knee in towards the chest. And then the right hand sweeps behind us to take a gentle twist over to one side. So a deep breath here. And then gently come back into center. Send both legs forward. Let's go over to the other side. Left foot over right thigh, hugging the knee in towards the chest, sweeping the left arm behind you, taking a gentle twist over to the left side, gazing over the shoulder. For one more deep breath. And then as you exhale, gently come out and allow yourself to come down on the mat, back body on the mat, send the feet down to the bottom of the mat, take a deep stretch. And then gently step both of your soles of the feet back onto the mat. We're going to take a reclined figure of 4, so taking the right ankle over the left knee. Inhale to gaze through the little round spot. Send the right hand through, left hand outer thigh, raise up the legs, interlace the fingers, either pop them over the shin or the back of the thigh. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, gently drop your head back down to the ground. Draw your chin into your chest and breathe deeply here. Last couple of deep breaths. Exhale, drop your feet, send your arms up overhead, deep stretch. And then step your feet back in towards the buttocks. Let's go over to the other side. Left foot, right ankle. Raise the head, thread the hands through, interlace the fingers either over the shin or the back of the thigh, and then exhale, drop your head down, breathing into the stretch here. Last big inhale, and as you exhale, send the feet down to the bottom of your mat. Draw your arms up overhead and allow yourself to come into Shavasana, or final relaxation. So feet at the edges of your mat, hands out beside you, palms to face upward. Just allow your whole body to relax down into the earth beneath you. Just let go for a moment. Put aside your thoughts and your cares for the day. Put aside any concerns, any emotions. Just notice what your body presents to you. Emotionally, physically, mentally. Allow yourself these moments in the day where you take a break, where you take some time out. Allow yourself to honor yourself through self-practice of yoga. Honoring your body, honoring every part of you and wherever that is on the day you turn up to your mat. Allow yourself to be. Noticing the flow of your breath. Softening every inch of your body from your top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Soften and relax. For those that would like to stay in Shavasana, you can stay here for a while longer. And if not, you can begin to wriggle your toes and move your fingers. Allow your head to roll over from one side to the other. Drawing your arms up overhead, taking a deep stretch.
And then slowly rolling back over and up into easy seat. So coming back onto the mat, crossing the legs over and finding a comfortable seat once more. Bringing the palms together to touch. Gently rub your palms together once more, generating some warmth. And then drawing that warmth back into your heart center. Allowing yourself a moment to connect inward. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, bow your nose down to the very tips of your fingers. Taking a moment to acknowledge yourself and those around you. Namaste. Wishing you a truly beautiful day further.